Hi y'all. All right, bear with me. I am going to try to video this technique that I learned from Heidi Hendricks' post on Instagram, and she has been very helpful in trying to teach me how to do it. So I thought I would try to do a video and show it to you. But this is Ruching, I don't know how to pronounce it, Ruching Needlepoint. And I just love the way she used it on a project that she's working on. And so I thought it would be perfect for these turkeys in this area. So I am going to try to demonstrate on the other side of this turkey, which is again going to be on the neckline. And so this is done using 1/8 inch ribbon, 5mm, and this is what is actually rucheted. And then I am going to utilize this very fine number 4 braid to couch it and anchor it on the canvas. So to start out, this is the ribbon, and I have tied a waist knot in the back. So I am going to take this ribbon thread and I'm not really worried about the knot on the back of my canvas because this is going to be turned into a 3-dimensional piece. If you are worried about your knot, you may want to try to anchor this a different way on the back so that you don't have to keep that knot there. So I'm going to come up where I want the stitch to start. And through trial and error, what I have learned is only to use one piece for one section. So right now, I'm just going to try to demonstrate this one section right here. So you bring the ribbon up through the canvas to the front, take your needle off. You are then going to fray the ends. And I'm just using my needle to fray the end of that. And then you're going to try to delicately grab 2 or 3 of these fibers. Okay, so I've got a few here that I'm going to grab. And then I'm going to gently start rucheting, cinching, I guess is another terminology for it, all the way down. And you just have to be very careful because these fibers right here that you're hanging on to can break. And I know that because it has happened to me several times. So I just try to take my time and ruchet it down, re-grab the fibers that I'm holding on to with my right hand close to where I'm cinching it down so that there's not too much tension on that. So as you can see, it doesn't go quickly, which means this video is going to be quite lengthy. So just bear with me. And for whatever reason, I'm sure it has something to do with the pieces that I'm grabbing at the top. Sometimes it cinches very easily and quickly, and sometimes it's just grabs and it's a little bit more difficult. I'm almost to the bottom. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get it tight up against the canvas. So you can see I'm down at the canvas trying to get it just as close as I can. Okay, so there, that's cinched all the way. This is what it's going to look like once it's laid there. So I know that I'm only doing this section right here. So what I do is I mark this area with my finger. And again, I don't really know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but it's the easiest way that I found to do it. And then I uncinch everything above it. Okay, so I cinched down exactly the length that I need for the area that I'm going to be working on. And then I am uncinching the upper portion of the fiber. And I'm doing that so that I can then rethread my needle, and then I have enough of the fiber left to where I can anchor it in the back. So I'm going to cut this now to get a clean edge. Thread my needle. Okay, so now I've got my needle thread. And I'm again going to make sure that this is cinched good at the bottom. And then I know I'm going to go in right here. Normally I would have stretcher bars on, but since this is so many different pieces that I'm working on, I didn't have this other side in the stretcher bar. So I'm going to turn it over. And then I'm going to just make sure that it is the length that I need. And I think that that's perfect. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to anchor this piece. I'm going to anchor it well. Just by going under several different stitches. And it is a little bit bigger, and I'm also going under velvet, so it's a little tough. Okay, then I'm gonna cut that anchor. All right, then to couch it, I am using what I showed you before. This is very fine number 4 braid. Looks like that. So I've already have this needle thread. I have a knot in the bottom. So I'm going to go back over here, anchor it with my knot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the corner and I'm going to couch it. So I'm just going to come up a little bit into the cinched area and then go back down exactly where I want it to lay. And I'll probably, on this short of a segment, you know, maybe do 3 or 4 areas. I'm just going to grab a little bit of it and go down where I want it to lie on the canvas. It's not, yeah, like I said, it's not the quickest, easiest thing to do. But I think you'll all love the finished product as much as I did. It's just really different. Okay, so I'm still just trying to grab a little bit of that. And just slipped out of my needle. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit here, cinch that corner down, and that's it. And it's done. So what I'll do with this on the back is I'll just anchor it to my magnet, to my minder, and just let it hang there. And then I will start over cutting another small segment, and I will just do this one next segment and then anchor it. If you don't uncouch it after you get this length, what happens is you have a bunch of frays at the end of it. And I just had a hard time figuring out how to get those frays on the back side of the canvas. without couching it really tightly, and then it changed the look of it when I did that. So that's why I uncinched it, so that I could then travel the thread back from the front to the back and anchor it. And then that way it just gives a really clean beginning and end. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.